Number 1 in the league in takeaways with 14. 3rd and 9. Oh, what a hit! They slam Pickett down at the 16. It's Reddick.
And then their skill positions, which would be DBs on the other side, they're all exceptional.
2nd and 10. And that one coming back to catch it is A.J. Brown. Reunited with a buddy he's known since high school. Hurts. Here's on 3rd and 1. The little toss and the first down conversion.
Bush, all these other guys, they're moving around and they're blitzing a lot, like you see there.
3rd and 9. Goddard stopped about a yard, maybe 2 yards short of.
And then he can keep it up top, and then they run RPOs where a receiver runs right across the middle.
4th down, he's got it. The RPO and the completion to Goddard for the first down. That makes him now 10 out of 14.
Other guys running RPOs aren't running their quarterbacks as much. You know, the Aaron Rodgers of the world.
2nd and 10. Oh boy, deep ball it is. And it is caught for the touchdown. A.J. Brown from 39 yards out.
And this is why you go give up a lot of precious resources to bring in a top flight wide receiver. A.J. Brown off to an incredible start in his career. In the first 50 games, that's just 20. He can run, but they're not living in that world. And so what happens is these are just small passes like this, right? Fake it, throw it.
Johnson follows a blocker and does a nice piece of running to get near the 40.
Late in games, their best players are at their best, and you can see the backups are playing incredibly well as well.
Speaking of backups, that's Warren. Pickett 5 for 5 on this drive. He's got a 2nd and 7 down the field, but he's got an open target. It's Fryer moves 6 for 6 now on this series to 6 different receivers. 1st and 10. Stays in the pocket for a while, now takes off. Oh, look at him go. Another first down on an 11-yard scramble. 3rd down from inside the 3. 3rd and goal. Pickett flings it to the corner, and that's covered up. Field goal percentage at Wake Forest, 89%.
How can you be the all-time record holder and not be in the NFL?
That's shocking. His leg is not gigantic, but it is accurate.
Delay of game. Defense number 55.
Ooh.
For making a move that's not necessary and unlike football.
Okay, so here's what happened.
It's a half a distance penalty.
They're going to bring the offense out.
You got to watch Claypool. He's sitting right here. This is usually where they find a way to bring him back and give it to him.
There it is, Claypool. Throws it. Caught for the touchdown by Derek Watt. What a play call. This time by Matt Canada. And the Steelers get the break off the penalty. This Philadelphia team. Here's a first down. Pass play with pressure. And almost intercepted.
And that's why you're seeing a little more pressure by these linebackers flowing around, coming inside because they need it. Here comes again.
2nd and 10. And Brown again comes. 2nd and 10. Got his target. Smith, 2nd catch. They fake it to him. Come back to the other side, wide open. Goddard lowers the shoulder and goes out of bounds. 11th play of this drive. It's 3rd and 8. Down the field they go, and he's got a 2nd touchdown of the game. A.J. Brown. Unstoppable so far.
This is really why they're so difficult. You got to get numbers up there to this play. We're going into this because you're exactly right, but this is a big one for the Steelers.
3rd and 10. Almost intercepted.
Maybe get it corrected a little bit.
First down. As Hurts zips it to Goddard.
And that was during the run of Jim Johnson, 5 NFC title games.
As Smith, yeah, he's a coach's son, and he knows that you never get ahead of yourself. As Hurts going down the field, can he do it again? Yes, they can! A.J. Brown, incredible! Touchdown number 3.
You know, if you get 3 touchdowns, I guess you're allowed to point fingers and get a penalty, because that's going to be a little too cocky.
They go down the field again. They go right back to the same play, and it comes out of his hands.
You know, in the league, going against him, he does a great job of that, but this one's really, that's a catch.
I think they
That
might want to look at that. No.
Pittsburgh.
Get the challenge flag out. 3rd and 10. Pickett takes off.
Is he?
Not going to do it. He came close, but
It's okay if you get this right here, right, Pittsburgh? Quarterback sneaking, but you got to go against Davis.
Pickett gets the push and gets the first. 8th play of the drive. Time for Pickett. And that allows him to find Freiermuth, who rumbles down near the 20-yard line. Now has to bail out of the pocket. That's a sack back at the 20. 2nd sack of the game. And he delivers on his first career attempt.
They know how this season's going to go.
We'll pick up Robert Quinn this week.
Exactly right. Just to have extra, even though they're different positions, but still big. It's a huge sack for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, finally, it's Malik Reed who got to him first. 3rd and 15. After him again, and a 2nd sack on this series by Pittsburgh. See if they can find anything down the field with that fleet of receivers. Not that way, you're not. Oh, my goodness. Look at Hargrave get in there on him.
It's the right thing to do. Now they get back to this RPO game.
There goes Sanders. There he goes into the secondary.
You know, no receiver has more leverage or room than Devontae Smith on the bottom right there. No one wants to get up and put his hands on, so they stay off a little bit.
Sanders again with a jump cut and dives for the first.
There's that guy. He's down. Look at that room up top.
Last 3 plays have gone for first downs. Look at this. Oh, my goodness. Haskell with the touchdown.
That's how simple this game is, Jim. He comes down. Let's take a shot. They stay back. We'll hand it off and do the RPO game. Really hard to stop, though, because it's a numbers game. Sign someone, but it can be a formidable opponent.
Oh, they got a fake. And they got the first down. So, well done.
This offense is right there with Terry Bradshaw's rookie season, which makes you actually feel a little excited. Pickett's trajectory. He's
caught by Claypool. Look at him go. Look at this effort by Claypool. My goodness. That was outstanding. He's open. He's got it. Tries to hurdle, and he never does go down to keep the drive going. Now there's a burst straight ahead, and that's Warren. 3rd and 4. They move Freiermuth to the left side. That's where Pickett looks, and it's incomplete.
We've kind of gone up and down on us a little bit. We're down 3 scores.
There's Skiba, 2 for 2. That one from 29.
Now you get life.
There's Hurts. What a catch. Goddard for the first down. And Hayward has to come over to help fit. For the 3rd time, they get to him. Hayward on top. And underneath, it was Ryan Anderson. I've seen games, of course, where Jason's been in the stands cheering on his younger brother. That, was it saved?
He can pick it up and
yes,
go.
He can. He can. It's 27 who threw it back into play, and people are getting all excited because Olszewski picked it up.
You have one-on-one opportunities outside.
Pickett from the end zone. That's Johnson.
You know, Roseman is one of the most, I don't want to say underrated. He's exceptional at building the team.
3rd and 1. Going for a deep ball. No one there except we got a flag down.
Pass interference, defense, number 24.
So it's a go route on 3rd and 1, and he holds him there. Now, when you go inside, Johnson, you're getting closer to that safety up.
Delay, give, Harris. Hello, open room. My goodness. 2nd and 10, last play of the quarter. Freiermuth. That might have gotten first down. 2nd and 9. Oh, here you go, Sims. Trying to get around White.
Astros, Phillies, last time they met in the playoffs.
National League Championship Series.
Who did that game, by the way? A young Jim Nance.
Oh, no. As Pickett, the ball came out and taken off with it. His Philadelphia and Maddox. Was that a pass?
It's going to be a fumble because you're going to get stripped from behind. Pickett's fourth quarters have not gone well. 4 interceptions this year in the fourth, and now a fumble.
Hargrave with the strip. And here comes Hurts and company. And there goes Brown, reversing field. Taken up for a 4th touchdown. He won't get there. Got all the way to the 10. This is their first snap in the red zone today. Number 1. It's Sanders to the 5. To the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders running from 11 yards out.
And the way to be dominant in the red zone is to have Randy Moss, Calvin Johnson, or have the ability to run. We have a big 3rd down, as you said earlier, 1 for 10 today.
And they've missed on their last 8. And make that 9. Oh, my goodness. Gardner Johnson.
Well, I still really think he's just starting, right? But he shows flashes.
Oh, there's the pick. And it came off a deflection. And it's Gardner Johnson. And that ball was deflected by Edwards. TJ Edwards, the man who caused it.
He had a huge decision to make when they let go of Doug Peterson. And that decision to hire Nick Sirianni is the difference right now